Welcome to the GGGaming preview for Kenilworth Racing on the 13th of April. That's a Tuesday meeting, 8 races, and racing kicks off with a nice opener as well. A couple of opportunities, I think, to maybe get some winning bets in early. Let's go straight to race number 1. And here I'm going to go with Ravensthorpe to come out on top. That's number 10. Doing everything right, certainly has the credentials, and for me does look to be a very worthy favourite. So for me, Ravensthorpe comes out as a firm choice. For second, I'm going to go with number 1, Old Swagger. Not a bad debut, was finishing that race off quite nicely and did get a little bit tight on that inside rail, and you can make a case for further improvement there. So Old Swagger comes in as my second selection, and then my third selection, well, that's going to go to Green Vigilante. That's number 3 on the card. So 10, 1 and 3, the numbers for our first. Race number 2 is going to be the opening leg of the place accumulator, and here we're going to start with Quintus Light. Quite short in the market, but does look to be a very solid bet, and I think could be the best bet on the card. So Quintus Light, best bet on the card, is in the red, but with your double stretch from GGGaming, you could get some value there as well. So Quintus Light, a first choice for me. Back in second, I'm going to go with Comedy of Manners. That's number 1. That should be good enough for that second placing. And for third, I'm going to go with Greywood Pink. And those selections coming through. But a lot of support and a lot of confidence for the favourite here, Quintus Light. That's number 5. I'm going to make that a solid winning bet. 5, 1 and 4 for race number 2. Race number 3. Let's go straight into Irish Morning as my first choice. Dean Canemare's runner looks to be a very progressive type. I do think that this horse is going to go all the way through the divisions, and I think he's got a very solid chance here. That is Irish Morning. Biggest threat, Andre Knowles runner, his choice. He's pretty game, and obviously he's been running really well. He's consistent too, and he has to be respected. For third, I'm going to go with a horse called Fort Red from the Mike Stewart yard. He's he's an interesting individual, let's put it that way, because he does flash up now and again, and his last run, I think, ignore that. Wasn't far behind, but he did go pretty wide, and I think he could finish a lot closer up, and he might represent a little bit of value as well. So Fort Red for my third choice. Numbers in for race number 3, 2, 1 and 7. Let's move on to race number 4. Another firm selection here, and that's Happy Aristocrat. I think he's going to take a power of beating in this race as well. I do like him. I think he's got solid credentials. For second, I'm going to go with Grand Escape. That's number 3. He's going to be my second choice. And then for third, here we're going to go with Tara's Iti, however you want to pronounce that. That's number 2. So 1, 3, and 2, the numbers for race number 4. You might want to go a little bit wider if you're taking the pick 6 or the exotics there. Might have a little bit of a trappy feel for it, but I do like a little bit of Happy Aristocrat, and I think he could take a power of beating. Right, let's move on to race number 5, and here I'm going to go with a horse called Joe Loves. Nice run last time out, probably its best run yet. It does seem to be improving and has to be very well respected here. So Joe Loves comes in as my first choice. For second, I'm going to go with number 3, Fly to Rio. Now, another horse that's been knocking at the door and there or thereabouts, and again, could be the biggest danger to Joe Loves, but I'm pretty bullish on Joe Loves this afternoon. I think it's going to give a really good account of itself. And then back in that third position, I'm going with number 4, Imperial Ballet. So 1, 3, and 4, the selections for race number 5. Race number 6, interesting race, and maybe a more wide open race here. Charla's your favourite, and I'm going to make him or her my narrow first choice. Charla from Ticket to Ride. And Ticket to Ride, Greg Enian's runner, much improved last time. That was an eye-catching performance because Greg's always said that this horse had quite a bit of ability, and he's just fluffed his lines a little bit. But last time out, it was definitely a return to form. And then for third, I'm going to go with Adam Marcus's runner, De Bull. He's quite a nice horse as well, and he had a couple of flattish runs that certainly didn't frank his form, but I do think he's better than that, so I make him a nice candidate for the trifectas as well. So race number 6, I'm going Charla. That's number 4, To Beat Home, number 8, Ticket to Ride, and then number 7, De Bull. Right, let's move on to the 7th race, and this is an interesting race as well. Probably, for me, the most open contest on the card. Narrow selection then, I'm going to go with number 5, 6 Hills Giant to come out on top. He's probably good enough to win a race like this, but he will have quite a bit of competition. Second, I'm going to go with the 6, Let's Boogie Baby. He won quite a weak maiden, but geez, he came out post-maiden form and he's run a couple of really good races. So I think he's better than maybe what we first envisaged. He needs to be respected. And then for third, here I'm going to go with number 4, Captain's World. Another one that certainly does have credentials to make a case here. But I'd go wide. If you're taking a pick 6, I'd definitely go wider here. And I think that you certainly need to play your cards as wide as you can in this very trappy race number 7. Eighth and final race, best value bet comes here, and I've been waiting for this horse to get a field like this, and that is number 2, Van Gogh. I like him. I think he's definitely worth a punt, and I think he's quite a nice price as well. Get your double stretch with GGGaming. Get on Van Gogh. I think you'll certainly end the card up with a winning bet. Back in second, I'm going to go with number 1, Bel Punto. And then for third, I'm going to go with the 4, Universe Boss. He ran a much better race last time out, and he does seem to be getting better as he goes a bigger trip as well. So last race, 2, Van Gogh, best value bet to beat home number 1, Bel Punto. And then number 4, Universe Boss, back in third. Well, it's a slightly abbreviated version of our GGGaming preview up from Empress Palace here in Johannesburg. It is National Yearling Sales Week, so hence the shorter version. Let's give you the place accumulator that I've worked out for today's card. And I'm going to start with a banker. Banker 1 by banker 2, by 1 and 3, by 1, 3 and 4, by 4, 7 and 8, then 4, 5 and 6 by banker 2, Van Gogh at the back. And that place accumulator is not going to cost you a lot, and it'll certainly give you quite a nice interest in the day's proceedings. But best bet, well, that's going to definitely be Quintus Light, and best value, Van Gogh. Enjoy your racing. Brought to you by GGGaming here from Empress Palace.